The iLLANOiZE app is available now on Apple and Google Play Store. Download the app, get the latest news, stream our podcasts, watch interviews, and listen to iLLANOiZE Radio live. Download the app right now.
This is iLLANOiZE Radio with Biko, iLLANOiZE Jones, and Pretty Riot. Going down right now.
For those watching, hit that subscribe button. For those that's streaming our podcast, or if you like to stream our podcast, you can follow us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, all of those things. And, of course, download that iLLANOiZE app for all content. Now, like we always do at this time, we bring you some of the illest guests from around the city and globe. And today we got Diamonds Dosage in the building.
Yeah! Hey!
Them claps was a little louder now.
Because we're a little drunker now.
That's all.
You know, it's a little more passion in them claps.
Mm-hmm.
I'm a very passionate
And
person.
she's drinking now, too, so her clap.
Why you telling my business?
Look, it's on camera, okay? I'm not telling
This is coffee. Don't worry about what's in my cup.
I knew she was for to say that.
It's my cup.
Okay, little Diamond Dosage. Wheezy. Little Diamond Dosage Wheezy.
Little Diamond Dosage Wheezy.
Oh, man, how have you been?
I'm good.
Hey,
I'm good.
I thank you for coming through.
I thank y'all so much.
Have you been interviewed before?
I have been interviewed before, yes.
Okay. She gives interviews as well.
I do.
I know she does.
It all. Thank y'all for having me, though. I really appreciate it.
for coming.
Man, you're a leader in the culture.
Thank you.
So it's only right we have you up here.
Yep.
Thank you.
And we show our appreciation to the ladies that's doing their thing.
Thank you.
Can't leave y'all out the spotlight.
Thank
and
you.
I listened to all your podcasts.
Oh, have you?
But wait, besides
Don't judge
one,
me.
I got to listen to the live, to the Diamonds Dosage
It's a little
live.
hard to listen to because it is live, but it's worth it. It's worth it.
So I guess the only one I got to listen to. Other than that, I called since the first time you released.
The first episode is still my favorite.
So I like how you. We gonna get into that.
Let's get into some things.
Because we I'm like we jump start. And I don't want to get there just yet. So let's actually talk about the background of Diamonds Dosage. Like before you started the blog site, before podcasting. What were you doing beforehand?
So beforehand, I actually I had my degree in sociology and psychology. So I was working in like the social services as far as just providing services to women with children. That was my main goal, and that's what I was doing. And then so I was just like uploading like random funny videos to Snapchat. And people were like, you know what? You need to start a blog. You need to start a podcast because you be saying some real shit. I'm like, fuck y'all. I'm not doing that shit. Like, I don't want to do it. But one day, 2 years ago, in 2017, I was just like, let me release this blog. And then I just released the blog. And like ever since then, like the momentum has been the same. Like the support has been crazy. A lot of people support me, and I'm really appreciative of that. And, I just talk a lot of shit. Shit that needs to be heard, though. Not just like anything. I speak a lot of real shit.
You express yourself.
I would say, like, I found out about you a while ago on Twitter about your blog. And coming from another blogger, you have really dope-ass content.
Thank you.
Honestly, your shit be so funny sometimes.
Oh, thank you.
Like, I read it and genuinely crack up. And I like using GIFs, too. So I love your use of GIFs like within the blog. Like, that's super dope. So I definitely got to give you your applause for that.
Thank you so much. I try to make the reading, because I know a lot of people don't
like to read. Yeah.
So I try to make it very entertaining to capture the audience attention. Just, like, you need to read this. It's going to be funny, but it's also going to be beneficial to you in your life. So it's like, I try to definitely incorporate the two of giving out information, but making it as entertaining as possible. And I think I'm a funny ass motherfucker. So it is what it is.
Your tweets be interesting. Very interesting. Yes. I'd be like, well, I'm not gonna jump into that. 'Cause you be sparking conversations.
I do. That's what I do.
And like, I want to know, how do you go about finding some of your content?
Literally, y'all, like, whatever I consume, I try to be careful about what I consume, though. But what I consume, like, if it's like one of my friends, like, people always think that like the content that I produce is coming from something that's so personal. But sometimes it is personal. Sometimes it's just me witnessing the lives of other people or what they're going through. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like I just grab ideas from everywhere. Like music, entertainment. Like I love to just grab ideas from everywhere and just speak on it.
Do you ever hear creative blocks?
Yes.
How do you overcome them?
Yes.
Don't seem like it.
Girl, I smoke some weed.
Hey, roll up, let's get high. We can do that.
I do smoke my weed, but I also I'll get like very centered, and I just have to take a step back because that shit is so much. Like people don't even understand like how being creative can just be so much sometimes. Like, cause I do hit those creative blocks, and I do like, I just want to stop doing this shit. Like I do.
Yeah,
that's crazy.
But you have to really just remember the fucking goal. You got to remember the end purpose. You know, you got to remember the destination.
What's your goal and your end purpose?
My goal is to be like Oprah with Wendy Williams, though. Like a perfect mixture.
Oprah with Wendy Williams.
That's
the perfect mix of like class and
a little ratchet.
And ghetto.
Because that's me. I'm a little educated. I'm a little ratchet. That's really me. And it's like, you know how Jada Pinkett has the
Red Table
Talk?
Something like that. Those. Because people don't even watch TV anymore. So I want to do like a digital platform of just having my own little thing going on. And I really feel like I can get there.
Yeah.
On your way.
Do you like combine like podcasting and media with your background and social?
Yes, I actually do. Well, I try to do so. Like as I've grown, because when I first started off blogging, it was just like really fun for me. It was just like all fun ass topics, just fun like sex, relationships, and just
the fun
like,
shit.
The fun shit, the shit that people really like. But now that I'm growing, I want to help other people grow too, and just like kind of like realize and self-reflect and type of shit like that. So social work and like psychology and sociology, it definitely plays a huge part in that, and just like having people just self-reflect and like realizing their flaws. And because I really do believe that everything starts with us, our individual self. Everything starts with you. So I definitely try to incorporate that into my brand.
Which one do you incorporate more as far as the psychology or the sociology?
Sociology, because sociology is the study of group, the group patterns, and I like to bash men on the record.
Whoa!
He'll be on Twitter, so he doesn't get to tweet.
Yeah. I ain't the one for talking, but
I don't bash. Look, hold on,
let's talk about it.
Hey.
Shout out to Lil Blessing.
She be bashing, bro. She be
I
bashing.
don't be on Twitter
Will
like
she really
that.
be bashing
I don't
on
be bashing.
Okay,
You want to be
yeah.
speaking the truth.
I
She be
can't say-
speaking the
yeah.
truth because
But
some of that
me-
stuff be
Truth. What
right
is the
on.
truth?
First of all,
What is the truth?
Jones, you
What
don't need
is
to be
the
in the
truth?
Twitter community.
What is the truth? What is the
truth?
truth? What
If
is
she's
the
speaking
truth?
the truth, what's the truth?
A lot of the shit
I
she
don't
done
know.
said in the
So a
past.
lot of people get it confused. I don't bash men.
Okay.
I just bash like misogyny. Like a lot of
Right.
men are really
misogynists in
They-
disguise,
Come
and
on,
they don't
Pretty
realize
Riot.
it.
Come on, Pretty Riot.
Hold up.
A lot of men
All
are.
this girl power. I love it. I love it. But I think y'all just look. You talk about this. There's a lot of guys on this
That
earth.
sounds like slavery. You know, a lot of
Look, you know what? I'm gonna drink my drink.
a lot of men, they don't understand how they contribute to this sexist as society, and that's all I do. I just protect women in that nature, and I'm all for women empowerment, and I'm all for calling out men and their flaws. And it's like, if y'all don't like it, then I don't know what to tell y'all.
Yeah,
Okay. I mean,
But
I
I
can rock
also
with
just
it.
think that, like, one thing I love about seeing your tweets, because I'll wake up
Oh,
in the morning and you'll tweet something so early, and I'll be like, she is on one.
girl, I be waking up like, niggas ain't shit, yo.
And I'll be like, you know what? I'm going to like this because this true, but I'm not going to retweet because it's going to be a problem if I do. I just love how you kind of are just not afraid to say what the
on your
average
mind.
motherfucker
It's
wants.
thinking.
Yeah, it's
Exactly.
thinking. You kind
Exactly.
of just put it out there, but it's also the way you say it is very eloquent too. at
Yes,
times.
it's very,
Like,
it's very thought out.
Yeah.
Like I don't just put out any any words or any vernacular. It's really a put together. It's more like a study to me. Like the way that I talk about men, it's more like a study to me. That's how I see it.
you study us.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay. She studied. She's studying them. She studied me.
Oh, it ain't you.
It ain't me. She
It ain't
studied.
you.
I'm
Okay.
not in that class of men and niggas. She studied.
Okay.
I need my own over here, okay? My DNA is separate.
Okay.
Look, bro, you know what? We finna go into a music break.
Shout out to Blue 42. What it do?
We
What they
finna
do?
get into Brittany Carter, Supplicate, right here on iLLANOiZE Radio. Don't go nowhere. We'll be right back. Make sure to check out the Ill List playlist, in which we provide you with the latest tracks we play live on our show. Head over to Spotify and search iLLANOiZE Radio to follow our playlist, as well as follow our podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Welcome to iLLANOiZE Radio. This is your host, Illinois Jones, and I need everybody to download us right now on your Apple Store or your Google Play Store. And if you want to, you can also get us on Spotify and Apple's. Oh, I hit a pretty ride. I hit a pretty
Apple
ride.
Spotify.
Look.
Hey, we ain't messed up in a minute.
I've been on the groove. All right, just Apple, okay?
Just
Apple products. Just get us off the Apple products. Put us in the cloud. You feel me? Get it from your mama, your grandma, your baby mama. We here, we there, we everywhere. And we got Diamond Dosage in the building.
What up?
Yes.
And we just had a real debate.
We did.
We was just going down.
We just talked about a lot of different topics in a very
like
short
10 minutes,
span
not
of
even
time.
10 minutes.
Yeah, because it got real. Because it's a lot of women power. I love the power
You know,
of women.
I love women empowerment.
I love women power. I love women coming together.
Mm-hmm.
You know, it's just some things that we just
Didn't
all
connect.
have. We just got to see eye to eye on. You can't blame us for Ike Turner them mistakes, okay?
Ike Turner.
You can't
First
blame
of all,
us for
it's
them
a lot of
mistakes.
little Ike Turner.
Okay,
It's a lot.
Hove ain't put his hands on B yet, okay?
But he got beat up in
until
the
then,
elevator.
Hey.
until then, we good. This generation is good. We in good hands.
First of all, this generation is not okay.
What's wrong with it?
We have a lot of rapey men out here.
Now, we
time
ain't
out,
even
time
gonna
out,
get
time
into
out,
that
time out,
conversation
time out,
because,
time out. Look, right? Okay.
Ian Connor, whatever the hell his name is.
Ian Connor, he's terrible.
We have a lot of men that just overstep the boundaries with women. A lot of men that get mad when a woman rejects them, like, fuck you then, bitch. I'm just like,
Look,
oh.
them women with mama issues, okay, and that's understandable.
Do you mean the women? You mean the men?
The men?
Yeah, that's what I'm talking
Okay.
about. Okay, look, it's the liquor, okay. All right, but y'all know what I'm talking about. Y'all know who them crazy is before y'all even talk to them.
No,
You know
not
what? I
all
don't
the
want to,
time.
like, I agree with you. I don't
Men.
want to generalize
No,
men.
no. We're going to generalize them because they ain't me. I'm talking, okay? So I'm not talking about me and guys like me. We're
Okay.
talking about the crazy motherfuckers.
Okay.
Y'all see when y'all walking past.
But the thing, this is my point when I talk to people about this whole topic.
Okay,
Because
talk to me.
a lot of men be like, oh, that ain't me. That ain't me, but it be y'all homie.
Yup.
It be y'all brother.
And y'all
and
let
y'all
that-
don't say anything.
nothing
And
at
y'all
all.
just let it happen. Y'all let men disrespect women on another level, and I think it's just so
Nobody
like.
holds men accountable.
Thank you.
anymore.
I think it's so unacceptable, like, because nobody holds y'all accountable.
I hold my bros accountable for everything. But that goes here and there.
First of all, don't ever flick my hand like that.
We're not talking about my brothers, okay? Because my brothers know better, okay? We were raised by the same women.
Right, Jones, but you're a very
But,
small
okay, I
percentage of
understand
people.
that.
But
Okay,
it's but what
I can't pass
think
out mouth shots to every guy
But I
in
think
the world.
no, but I think the point that she's trying to make that it's a vast majority of people that are not like you, and that's who needs to
I
be
think
corrected.
it's a social issue.
Yeah.
That's what people are missing. Like, I think it's a social issue just as racism is. I think misogyny is a social issue, and it has not been dealt with. And we're in 2019. I think men are still just reigning this world, and it's a man's world.
Point them niggas out. Because we don't even...
Because
No,
you're not
we-
even accepting the fact that this is happening.
It is happening. I ain't say it didn't. I just said it ain't my brothers.
But it's other men.
I'm saying, okay, point them niggas out.
I do. I try to do it.
Like, when
I
the
try
dude
to
come
do
at
it.
you crazy, be like, Jones, this nigga need tweaking.
A lot of men, I just feel like even women, I know that women agree with me. And it's like, I know I'm not crazy because a lot of these women are agreeing with me. And it's like, it's happening to a lot of these women and they're experiencing the same thing that I'm experiencing. So it's like, I know I'm not crazy. When these men try to tell me I'm crazy for thinking this way about men and thinking that this is a whole social issue, I'm not crazy because a lot of women are experiencing the same things. Oh, I'm sorry. With men.
So look, I got a question because I just had a discussion with my brother yesterday, right?
Mm-hmm.
And our discussion was women. Let me just. I'm not even gonna. I'm gonna say a lot of bad words right now. Okay, excuse my language for everybody that's listening. Okay, so it's real niggas and it's fool niggas out here, right?
Yes.
So it's real women out here who know the difference between a real nigga and a fool nigga, right?
Mm-hmm.
But. Oh, my bad.
Sorry.
Okay, excuse me. Come over here. So my thing is, as guys, like y'all can. Women have the motherfucking shit to know the difference
intuition.
between a real nigga and a fool nigga.
Yes.
Why we don't know that?
It's so many fool niggas.
But
You
but
gotta-
they also be food niggas in disguise too.
Come on.
But y'all see it before us.
No, because
But y'all see it before us.
No,
Listen. Can
She's
I-
saying some real shit right
I
now.
understand, but I'm saying this, and this is personal experience. Fool niggas will get around some real women, and they don't talk a real nigga, and the real women will let it just slide and not even let a real nigga know that a fool nigga is on your
Speak to
team.
him.
You feel me? So we don't know half of the fool niggas and half of the fool shit that's going on.
But it's also too like, why aren't y'all able to pick that up just like we can? Like at the end of the day, it's social cues that if you see your guy like talking about a female a certain way or treating her a certain way, at that point you can check him. So
why
like
don't you say anything when you see your man cheating on his woman?
Because listen, because
listen, honey.
Hey, my cousin right here, right? My cousin right here. It's more women in our family than it is men.
Okay.
Right? So let's just say a cousin of mine is in love with her boyfriend, right? If they get into it and he put her hands on her, and we go over there because it's only like 4 or 5 of us, and we go over there 5 deep, and we beat his ass. She gonna bring the nigga to the next family barbecue.
That's true.
That's true.
So how can I pretend? Now I'm feeling awkward because I don't know if this nigga poison our ribs.
But it's also too necessarily like everything don't need to be handled with violence. Like sometimes you gotta check a motherfucker. Like you gotta teach.
Even if he ain't gonna respect the ass whooping, how he ain't gonna respect the
because
check?
Violence don't necessarily solve nothing. That just that's gonna piss me off.
Right.
At the end of the day, you beat my ass because I just hit you. Now I'm gonna hit your ass again because I just got my ass beat. Because you said something instead of a conversation being had. What the fuck is up? So violence don't solve everything when it comes to those situations.
But I'm just saying, no matter how hard we try to protect women, like if you love a guy, women love hard. You feel me? So even if a guy is hurting you, you're gonna give him more than one chance, than to hurt you more.
That's very true. That's very true.
It depends on the woman, but it's partially true.
But you have to know that. You have to use your discernment.
Because I could beat up a nigga 24 times. I could check a nigga 24 times a day, but he's still going to come to Thanksgiving.
I want you to check your friends and your homeboys or whatever.
I mean, I got women in my family, so I don't really respect stuff like that. You know what I mean?
That's good, but you're not like the rest of men.
Yeah, I'm different.
And I feel like as a man, you should know how other men are.
Oh, I do. I don't smoke weed with them.
They share the blood.
All right.
I want to know, is it conversations like this that led to your podcast?
Yes, it is. Well, I do focus a lot on relationships and like men and like sex and just things like that because I'm living this shit. But I also do focus on other social issues as far as just like
friends.
Yeah, friends. Racism. Sexism, religion. I focus on a lot of things, but my main thing is relationships. I can't deny that. But I think that those conversations need to be, held in our generation because I'm sure these conversations have been had before, but it's something different and new for this culture and this generation because I don't think anybody's just, revealing it like me and how I'm just saying it just authentically,
Did you feel any pressures starting your podcast at all as far as
yes, I did because you know why? Because a lot of people are doing podcasts and a lot of people are doing their entrepreneurship and I'm like, who the fuck do I think I am to even do this shit? Who do I think I am to even make it in this lane? So that's the only pressure that I really felt and just being original. Like I'm really enforcing that originality because I just don't want to sound like anybody else. I don't want to be like anybody else. So that's really hard for me to deal with that part of it, just the abundance of the podcast that's out here.
So wait, taking a step back, where did the name Diamonds Dosage come from?
Girl, that's a really good question. So I was just like brainstorming because I'm like, okay, when I first started, I was actually a part of this group, and we actually had our own podcast as well. And so Diamonds Dosage came from literally brainstorming, and it just sounded the best out of all of the names that I chose. And that just stemmed from my group podcast to the individuality of it. So, okay. And I think it's an overall good brand name because dosage could be anything. Yeah. I can give you a dosage of anything.
Diamond Dosage. The medical lady.
What?
Medical lady.
Medical.
What's something like, I know, like one thing I know that you're very, obviously you study sociology and psychology.
Yes.
So like give me like a little something that you tell yourself daily to keep your mental health in check.
Ooh, come on, sis. Because I actually am a mental health specialist. I work with mentally ill patients every day, like literally, like people that suffer from depression all the way to schizophrenia. I work with those type of patients every day. So every day, I really just try to remind myself that I control my thoughts, and people don't understand that you have the power to control your thoughts. You have the power to just be who you want to be, and I feel like people just always do things externally, and everything is really internally. You have to be right with yourself first and foremost before you can even go out into this universe. So just remind yourself, you have to, you know what? Affirmations are really important.
Very.
People think it's so cliche to just repeat daily to yourself, you know, certain affirmations like I am a believer, I am this, I am that. Those things are so important because they go into your subconscious and
you internalize it.
Exactly, you internalize it, and we all operate from our subconscious. So I really want to just enforce the fact that you have the power to control yourself.
Okay. You know what? Let's actually take another quick music break, and we're going to be right back
All
with
right.
Diamonds Dosage. Make sure to check out the iLLANOiZE playlist, in which we provide you with the latest tracks we play live on our show. Head over to Spotify and search iLLANOiZE Radio to follow our playlist, as well as follow our podcast. Now let's get back to the show.
Hey, what's up, everybody? It's your girl, Pretty Riot, and you are now tuned in to iLLANOiZE Radio. Make sure that you subscribe to us on YouTube and click that little bitty bell. I know you see that shit right in the corner. Click that shit so you get notified every single time that we drop an interview or any other content on iLLANOiZE. Make sure you download that iLLANOiZE app if you just want to stay in the loop and forget about everything that I'm saying. Just download the app. If you don't remember anything else, go to, I don't care if you have like a brick, an Android, a Windows phone, go to your app store and download the iLLANOiZE app, because I'm not playing with you. I'm not gonna keep saying this to y'all. But anyway, we sitting here with my girl Diamonds Dosage. We was cutting up over the break.
We were.
These
I love these conversations.
The break talks is like
Conversations. We get into some things.
yeah, no. Like I honestly I don't know about Biko or Jones. Like I don't even know where to go with the interview no more because I'm so invested in what we were just talking about. Like it was just going so
really good
I'm
conversation.
with all of shit. I don't
Listen,
like.
y'all,
I
the
try
ball
not
is
to
in y'all
cuss.
court.
Look, it's whatever.
Let's see. Okay, you know what?
Biko got
But you like talking about
You know
relationships.
what?
You like talking about relationships.
I do.
What's
That's my
one of the
favorite.
things about relationships that really get under your skin?
The number one thing with relationships that get under my skin is the fact that the communication. Communication is obviously so important to relationships, and I feel like once you get into in a relationship, communication should be like from the first step, like your intentions. Like your intentions with me. What are your intentions with me? Where do you see this going? What are we doing? Because you get in relationships with these people, and it's like you just going with the flow, and all of a sudden you start catching feelings.
But I also
and
feel like
things start
that's
happening.
something, like, don't you feel like that's something that should happen before the relationship, though? Like, I need to know your intentions before we even
Get in a relationship.
because
Exactly.
I'm not trying to get in a relationship with you and waste my time.
Exactly. The talking stage or whatever it is.
Do you believe in that? Because I'm very adamant in saying I don't believe in the talking
I
stage.
don't.
Because
I actually
feel
wrote a blog on that.
Whoa, okay, because we here.
So, what is it a dating stage?
No, we
I
need
don't
to
believe
date. Like at the
we
end of
need
the
to
day,
date.
you're either gonna date me or you're gonna court me. Fuck
Yes.
talking. We're talking
Yes.
right now. You can talk to anybody.
Yes.
Like that's such a basic thing.
Yes.
Like I don't feel like, and then people get talking mixed up with dating
Yes.
because you start doing, we talking, but y'all dating. The next thing y'all know, y'all basically doing relationship shit with no
Yes.
title, and now somebody ends up with their feelings hurt. So I don't believe in the talking phase. I think we need to do away with that for
Yes.
real and be adults.
be straightforward.
And date. Like at the end of the day, and you can, and people also. I think they put dating in a box.
Because dating is a
Because-
world.
because
is a
you know
big
what, you
box.
can date multiple people
You can
at
date
one
multiple people,
time.
and nothing is
Yes.
wrong with that. Just because I say, hey, I'm dating you, I could be dating him, I could be dating him, I could be dating her, and guess what? I'm completely satisfied.
Unless you say we dated exclusively.
Cheers.
Yeah, when you decide that we want to be exclusive, then that's a conversation that's had. But dating in general is not something that means I'm tied
It's
down
nothing
to one
exclusive.
person.
It's nothing exclusive.
Period.
And I actually said that in my blog, like talking, like what is that? Like that's for like kids. Like,
Exactly. When
I'm
we
not
was in
talking
high
to
school-
you. You're gonna take me here. You're gonna take me there. We're gonna be doing things. We're gonna be dating. We're gonna get to know each other, and I'm gonna get to know other people as well at the same time.
Matter of fact, I want to know: are you dating?
Ah.
Ooh, she's a player because she can't say that publicly.
Let her answer.
You see, that was her answer. Oh yeah. Not on live. No, don't do that. You don't never put a player. She almost died on her. Look, she
You
got
know
to
you was gonna take it there. I'm dating.
You are?
I am. Yes, I am.
dating exclusively.
I ain't say all that.
Okay.
She dating.
I'm dating
With
though.
the ing.
I'm doing what I do when I do it.
She's having
I'm having a good time. I'm still young. I'm still learning what I like. I'm still learning who I like. So it's like,
you building your standards.
Exactly. I'm building my standards. I'm experiencing, and I want to give that knowledge back to other women too. I want to give that back to the culture. Like, this is what y'all need to be doing because this is what I learned from this.
So I'm curious as to what, like, I'm sorry, I'm just digging into your life.
Go ahead.
But like, I'm curious, just hearing you speak about the way relationships, like, what was like growing up like for you? Like, how did you witness relationships? Like,
ooh, come on, Pretty Riot.
I'm the type of person, like, I didn't witness very good relationships between man and woman, so that made me want the opposite.
Exactly. Growing up, I did not witness healthy love. Healthy love. I did not see a healthy balance. I've seen broken homes. I've seen a lot of broken homes. I've seen my mother be in abusive relationships. So I've always, as a young child, I've always been like an observer, and I've always been like, that's not going to be me type of shit. But you never know until you actually experience that. So, but I've always known that what felt good and what didn't feel good, whatever made me uncomfortable and what didn't feel good was not for me. You know what I'm saying? So it's like I was in a toxic ass relationship for like 4 years. And so that's kind of like when my blog kind of like, I'm like, let me talk about this shit. Let me write about this shit. And that's kind of like where I started with it because I was in a really bad relationship and it was just a lot of toxicity and a lot of lies and deceits and, you know, so that's where I kind of like started from that. But as far as growing up, no, I did not see a healthy relationship, healthy love.
Man.
Almost. First of all, don't cry for me. I'm a real bitch. At the end of the day, I'm happy. Like, I'm happy for those experiences. I'm really happy because it really made me a stronger person. I feel like everybody needs some type of growth, and that growth was very needed.
You know what I think you should do?
What should I do?
Write a book.
Write a motherfucking book.
Write a book.
I think I should. Or when you like a co-author on a book or something?
I wrote
with like Sweats by Stu and
yeah, I did. I did like a little like a passage type of thing.
Gotcha.
But I do want to write my own book. I do want to have my own ebook, my own thing. So just stay tuned. I have a lot in storage for Diamonds Dosage. I really do.
I mean, you could drop a few diamonds on this.
Hit us with some dosage.
Niggas ain't shit. No, I'm just playing. I'm just playing. But Diamonds Dosage, well, you guys know that I have my blog, which I started my blog 2 years ago in 2017, and it just delves into all type of topics. And then I branched off into a podcast, which my brand manager, Ty, she's here today. She actually produces that podcast. And I have like a special guest that comes on every episode, and we just talk, like we just have these conversations. But this is the first season of the podcast, so it's still in its baby stages. But I do want to branch off into something more visual for my brand because I'm not really seen. I'm just heard. I'm just heard and I'm just read. So I want to be more visual. That's the next step for Diamonds Dosage.
Okay. So the world heard it here first.
You ever need a guest, holla at
I got
boy.
y'all. I love y'all. I love y'all energy, y'all spirits. I love it. I feel it.
I've been watching you for quite some time. I'm definitely dig. Like your tweets is what really captured my attention.
Tweets. You know what? You know what? Last year around this time, I probably had about 3,000 followers.
Oh my God!
I'm at like 11 something now. Like,
you just celebrated 10K.
Yes, and I'm now I'm at 11.8. Yeah. So like it's really growing, and it's really amazing to just watch it grow like that. Like I want to just keep growing.
I didn't want to make it seem like it's just your tweets because honestly, when you dropped your first episode, I'm like, oh yeah, she's on. She's finna.
I want to be a problem for the industry. I do want to like get into more of the media part and just more like interviews and like get in. But I don't want to be like the typical interviewer. You know what I'm saying? Like I want to get into like. So why do you operate from your trauma type shit? Like, I don't want to be just like, so how did you get started in the music industry? Like, I don't want to do that. I want to get deep into, like, people because I think I'm a deep person.
So more of a conversational energy.
More a conversational energy.
I can see you doing that.
You think so? You think so? You believe in me?
Yeah.
All right.
I believe him. I believe in you, sister. I ain't like the other ones.
I thank y'all so much, like, for real, for having me. I love y'all platform. I watch everything. I love it.
Thank you. I mean, as soon as we reached out, you reached back. So, shout out to the manager over there in the building. Yeah.
Period, Pooh.
Definitely hit us up right after we hit you guys up. So, it was, Yeah, we got some good management.
Yeah, you do.
No lacking over there. So we talked about, okay, lastly, what message would you want to leave with the world?
Whew, that's a really deep and broad question. Well, as I'm growing, I'm just realizing that we all are like suffering from like internal shit. So the message that I want to leave for the world is just start with you and just focus on you and your problems and your flaws and like self-reflect and get down to why you act the way you act so you can be better in your relationships with other people. Because that's what our life is, relationships with other people. So it's like you have to really figure out you first and then you can really just be the best person that you can be in your relationship. So that's the message I want to leave for everybody.
Okay. Let everybody know where they can find you. Give out
Y'all
your
know
social
what
media.
y'all need to do. Y'all need to follow me right now.
Website, all that. And your shout out.
Follow me right now at Diamonds Dosage on Twitter and Instagram. And check out my blog on diamondsdosage.com. Check out my podcast on SoundCloud and Apple Podcasts on Diamonds Dosage Podcast.